That stuff matters, carved in stone. Every stitch and every tone. Living, loving, grinding through all the nerdy things we do.
What's up, guys? Welcome to That Stuff Matters, your small town grit, big time conversations podcast. Look at this. This is a change of scenery, huh? Thank you so much, Courtney and Xander, who have helped make this little area a reality. We're actually setting in what was once at one point, this was the spot between our shirt printing and our floral side, because we used to be a flower shop, and there was a flower cooler essentially behind where the camera sits now. And recently it had been a protein oasis. We had made some protein shakes here, but you know, over time your business model changes and things work better than other things. But this is a totally revamped space, a little bit more useful space, because it was a kind of a hassle to throw people in front of the printer, and I had to worry about the printer kicking on to circulate ink. Do I shut it off? Is that really great for the printer? You know, yada, yada, yada. But just much better space. And we're not done. So I know she's got some tables and decor. There's going to be a nice section where I can kind of have my mixer and the computer set up. What you can't see above the camera, we have a TV screen that we can pull up the web. We can monitor our recording, make sure that's going well. We've got a little more lighting to add, just to make sure we hit our guests just right. You can't see it right now, really, but right over here, there is a third spot for people to be in here. So we're excited. So in this room, we can handle probably 3 to 4 guests, max, 3 to 4 people, including me. And then beyond that, you know, we're working on being able to do some on location things, because I have the equipment for that. So I think all in all, we could probably mic up about 10 people. So you don't know. You never know what we're going to do around here. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just been a ton of fun. Talking about the local places and people is so fun to me, because again, that is what I've always considered to be, you know, the famous people, you know, the people I really care about, the ones who are doing good in the community and making an impact, you know, through whatever avenue they choose. So it's been so rewarding to me just to highlight some of those people, and in doing so, because we're 3 months in, every single week, you know, I made that commitment to release an episode every week, and I'm holding to it. It's not always easy, because this is also attached right to where we work. So it's hard to come into the building and have a focus other than the work that needs to be done, because again, we are overwhelmed there. Thank you so much to all of our customers. But in doing so, 3 months in, we're starting to get some people that have reached out that would like to be on the show, just to highlight their organization. And there are some things in our area that need some help. I mean, incredible. I hope that this platform can help shine a light on some of those places and either get them funding or get them just, you know, viewership. Let people see the type of things that they do and how we can help them. I want to continue the hidden gems section. I want to start showing you more places, you know, around town. And again, not just Brookfield. I really hope that the entire county gets involved, and eventually I hope we spread further into, you know, all of North Missouri. It's just always been such a cool place. And I know people, every time I say that, every time I try to be positive and I try to talk about the good that this place can be and the organizations, someone comes out of the woodwork and says, you know what, I hate that place. I live there and it sucks. And that's okay. I'm not going to try and change your opinion on social media. That's never going to work. But all I can do is keep showing the good and the good people and the things that are in progress and the people that are doing work, because this place is a great place. And I hope everyone recognizes that. So, a lot of big things planned for the podcast. I can't wait. We'll keep going on this. And who knows? Courtney she's very creative. She's a very good home decorator. She will decorate the rooms in the shop. And I really enjoy the fact that, like at the house, she makes the house a home and really decorates per season. I like to come in and you smell the smell of fall, or the lights of Christmas, or the colors of Easter, and all of those things. And she does all that. And that's something I would never do. If it was up to me, it would just be probably black walls and sports jerseys. I don't know. It'd probably be about it. So she does really good, and I can't wait to see all the little things we'll do. I'll make some signs, and I can't wait to get some guests in here, get some people in here and just start talking. We've got a good one this week. We do. I was excited about this one. This person I've spent a lot of time with in the gym, and just kind of learned about all the things that he does. And spending time with him in the gym was like, whoa, this guy's really, really strong. And the stories I heard about him when he was in high school and after high school, they're all true. He's really that strong. Kind of always been a motivator for me to kind of push myself. When he was coming in and hitting big numbers, it was like, man, I got to work twice as hard just to keep up with this guy. So speaking of, I'm trying to get back on the wagon. I hope people realize that when you are interested in fitness, when it is important to you, you're going to put a lot of time into it, and you're going to make progress, and you're going to see changes in yourself. But you never hit like a peak and just ride that out for the rest of your life, or that becomes very difficult. The amount of work required to stay where you're at or where you've achieved is the same amount of work that's required. The work that was required to get there is the same amount of work that's required to stay there. So I've had a bad luck. I say that. I give myself excuses, honestly, but I've had bad luck over the last year or so with joints and pains and things that hurt. I really pushed myself as hard as I ever had in my late 30s, and was really, in my opinion, for me, I was moving a lot of weight, and it was a lot of fun, and there were days that I just felt as strong as imaginable, and fun days in the gym that I'll always remember. I don't know if I'll get back there. I'll give it my best, but man, if you've ever put 600 pounds on your back and squatted it, it feels really cool. If you've ever laid down on a bench and held 600 pounds over your face and lowered that and pushed it back up, that's really awesome. If you've ever just stood up with weight in your hands and let it hang from your hands, that same, 500-600 pounds, it feels really awesome. Along the way, I probably push myself a little too fast sometimes, and push myself a little too far. And now some things hurt, but we're getting better. We're actually feeling okay, starting to kind of lift again. The lifting, kind of fell behind because I was hurting a little bit. And I think that's normal in life. And I hope you guys realize that, you'll hit these peaks. And if you want to continue up here, all that work that took you to get there is the same amount of work required to stay there. So I'm going to get back on the wagon here, trying to clean up the diet. Like I've told people a million times, I've done this. I've lost over 100 pounds twice in my life. I know how to lose weight. I know what's required for my body. I've tried, every single type of diet, and I feel like I know what works well for me and what I can stick to, because that's the best diet for you. The best diet for you is the one that you can stick to. And as with anything in life, consistency and persistence will help you achieve your goals. So I'm ready. I'm getting back on the wagon, and I'm going to try to document that with you guys. So you'll have to hold me accountable and tell me, hey, how's that going? And I'll have to be honest with you. So that's going to be fun. Try to document that through here and show you guys how I've done it and how it's going. I don't want to lose a lot of weight, maybe 20 pounds. So that'll be about where I like to coast at in life. So spending time with this next guest in the gym, like I said, he's a freaking animal. But more importantly, what I learned was he's a fantastic human being, and he genuinely cares about his family, his community, the people around him, and his faith. And it's been inspiring. And I always say that because when I talked to him initially and I said, hey, would you be on the show? He was like, well, I can't talk what are you going to talk to me about? And I'm like, okay, let me just go through the list here. You work at a bank as a loan officer, and you're helping people fulfill their dreams. I'll be about in town, and people will bring up this guy's name and that he's helped them, and maybe even helped them when no one else would even sit down and go through the numbers with them. So there you go. Number one, he coaches his kids in sports. He was a local legend here on the football team. He started his own business. His family is an established family farm, ag business, veterinarian here in town. He's a great person, great husband. And I'm like, I can talk to you easily for an hour. And he came in and we sat down, and I had the list of questions, and we went through stuff, and we got done, and he was like, wow, you really did keep me going for an hour. So I'm like, yeah, because you're a really cool guy. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I had a bunch of fun. A good friend of mine. I hope you guys enjoy getting to know local legend to me, Mr. Tyler Gordon.
Tyler Gordon wakes up with the sun. Coffee in hand, his day's just begun. Football players scribbled on a napkin sheet, and long papers piled up neat. He's a man with dirt on his boots, faith in his heart and deep family roots. Tyler Gordon chasing dreams, building a life on grit and schemes. From the football field to the cattle range, he's proven hard work can rearrange. Helping folks raising steers, living his life without any fears.
Welcome to That Stuff Matters, your small town podcast. And we're talking local characters and legends. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You're kind of a big deal.
Oh, I don't know about that.
This guy sitting with me started his own business. He is a local loan officer that's like helping people reach and achieve their dreams. A father, a football coach, a active member in the community through Cattlemen's and even the Lions.
Yep.
And not to mention a legend of the Brookfield football program. So, without further ado, say hello to Mr. Tyler Gordon.
Thanks for having me, Nathan.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Tyler.
I'm excited.
You know, I'm not trying to like hype you up more than you are. That you really do all those things. And I know when I ask you at first, you're like, "What am I going to talk about?"
Right.
But see, I always think of people in the community that are doing way more than they think,
Sure.
and it's people like you that are making the community go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the community that, I mean, there's several people that I'm on boards with, and they're in multiple different organizations, working full-time job in farming too. And it's impressive. There's a lot of people that care about the community out there.
Well,
For sure.
And I honestly, like, those are the famous people to me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
They stand out.
So, of all those things I said, what do you feel like? What term, what phrase, how would you describe Tyler Gordon?
I don't know. I don't think there's like one phrase that stands out to me. I try to live my life by code principles. I don't know. First off, I try to be a man of faith. Second of all, try to be a husband, father. Then it comes to business, job, and then service. So I try to prioritize those things, but not saying that one don't jump ahead of the other. But in life, I try to keep those.
Man, I love to hear
prioritized.
that.
Yeah.
And you did. You like prioritized it perfectly. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know if it's perfect. Like I said, nothing's perfect. I'm working on that all the time. But
aren't we all?
I have a goal, and that's how I try to start my day and
Yeah.
work through it that way.
So what's a normal day in the life like for you? I mean, you got the loans, you got cattle, kids. I'm sure you got meetings thrown in there occasionally, coaching. Like, what's a typical day for Tyler like?
Well, it starts early, usually. So first thing, I get up, I get the farm chores done. I get the daily chores done. I try to get all that done before work. Something that always seems to happen after work. Hey, I need you to run here, run there, be here. Oh, I forgot about this meeting I got to be at. So I start my day getting the have-tos done on the farm. That's just feeding and taking care of livestock.
How long does that take?
So right now it doesn't take too long. I just have a group of calves on feed. But that takes 30, 40 minutes. Wintertime, hour and a half. That's usually done in the dark. But again, try to get that done before work because it has to be done. I don't like putting it off until at night, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Are there days where you just don't feel like it?
Oh, yeah, you just got to, not so much with the farm. That's something I've always wanted to do. It's work, but if you love it, it's not.
Yeah.
But
that's rain or shine, sick or not.
oh, yeah, you got to go. Luckily, I got good support system. Emily can handle a lot of those daily chores too. My dad's helped me a lot, my stepdad.
Yeah.
So we got a good support system, no doubt about it.
Very cool. So you after chores.
Then it's to work, and I'm probably 15, 20 minutes late every day. And then I'm just trying to make deals, trying to help people, whether that's get in their first car or start a business or buy their first farm or buy another farm. Then there's meetings throughout that day at work. And then after work, I'm flying, either going to a meeting, getting something else done on the farm. Right now it's hay season, so it's work, go get in the tractor, start mowing hay, baling hay, whatever. And that might go till 8, 9 o'clock, I don't know.
That's rough when it's raining all the time.
Yeah, it's been rough. But at that time we were getting some brush hogging done, getting some pastures mowed. So there's always something to do.
And I mean, you're probably just going right till dark.
Yeah, usually. Now there'll be times throughout the year where it's like, I don't have any, I got an evening, we can hang out with the kids or do whatever.
You always make time for the kids' sports.
Yep.
And Chiefs football.
Yep. Yeah, I don't miss very many Chiefs football, and I don't miss very many of my kids' events. That being said, I do. We go back to trying to keep those things in balance. And if you're trying to keep those things in balance, you can't be at every football game. You can't be at every practice, there's going to be times where the farm takes priority. I hate it, but sometimes it has to be that way.
Yeah, for sure. Man, you're doing a lot, and that's the type of thing that, like, I'm telling you, like, when I was thinking about this and like talking to people, you were one of the first people I thought of. Because, I mean, you do a lot.
Yeah.
You really do, Tyler. So I hope you know that. What's something that people don't, or most people don't know about you?
Probably that I have a degree in wildlife ecology and conservation.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I started college actually, back up. I started college pre-vet. I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, I don't know. I got to this class called organic chemistry, and I'm like, is this what like all of vet school is going to be like? So I decided my next that I thought was passion in life was wildlife conservation. And I still like wildlife conservation, no doubt. But that led me into working with NRCS and the soil and water districts. And now I'm banking. But yeah, so I have a degree in wildlife ecology. I took several ag classes as a footnote there, but
I did not know that. We've hung out a lot. I did not know
Yeah.
that about you. So with all of that background, what inspired you, or what transpired for you to become a loan officer?
okay. So out of college, I started working for the soil and water district, surveying terraces. I still do that as a side job. Then I went from the district to NRCS. I was working here in Brookfield. Then I went to Moberly. I was working down there. And that was an hour one way, 2 hours a day I was away from my family. I had the opportunity to go work for the bank. At first, I'm like, I don't know anything about being a banker. I never dreamed about, I don't even own a tie, right? I still don't, full disclosure. But, so it took a lot of, go back to that, those 4 or 5 disciplines that I try to keep. I thought this was an opportunity to be closer to home, spend more time with my family, be more engaged on the farm, which that's what I was trying to grow at that time. So a lot of prayer, a lot of talk with family, a lot of talk with Emily, my wife, and we decided to make the move. And honestly, it's been the best move I've made.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's probably, don't get me wrong, okay, I know there's going to be hard days. There's got to be rough days
Oh,
as a loan
yeah.
officer where, you're kind of breaking people's hearts, but there's
Yep.
got to be some really rewarding things.
Yeah, there absolutely is. Helping somebody get their first farm or get started in a business or something they've always dreamed of. And it's twice as bad when you have to tell them that I can't help. But
I know the important thing there is, like, when you go into the bank, if you hear a no, it's usually not just no.
No.
It's here's
Absolutely.
the reason why.
Yep.
Here's how you can work on it. Here's how you can fix it,
Yep.
and how maybe I could help you in the future.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I try to never close any door or burn any bridges with a no. And it happens. Some just don't get it.
Yeah, and
We'll move on, and that's okay.
some people probably take it to heart.
Yep. And who wouldn't? I don't know. I've sat on the other side of the desk many times and got told no. So
Right. That's what I was going to say. As someone who's heard no a lot, you kind of got to just say, okay, swallow it, and think,
Yeah.
how do I adjust?
yeah.
Which another reason that I really wanted you to come on the show is because nothing against like the school system, but I don't know as though they really prepare you for how to build a good portfolio as far
Sure.
as your credit and
Yeah.
things like that. So what advice would you give for like young people listening, or people who are scared to go in the bank? Like,
Sure.
how do you start out in life?
Yeah. I'd say, knowing what I know now, the best thing you do is just start a relationship with a bank. We have lots of good banks in town, lots of good loan officers, lots of good bankers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just go open a simple checking account
Yes.
and take good care of it. Make sure they're not calling you. And that's a really good start. Next is start small. make a small loan. Try to get is it a car loan? You might need a co-signer. I don't know. But just starting small and don't focus so much. Like credit's important. Don't get me wrong. Your credit score is important, especially if you want to borrow money. But if you have a relationship with a local bank, I think that goes a great deal as well.
I would say that for sure as someone who's experienced.
Right.
Like the score is a big deal, but also like if you've established a relationship and they know you as a person,
Absolutely.
and then do you have a plan, like
Right.
how you're actually going to?
Oh yeah,
attack
have a plan
this?
of action. Especially not so much a plan. When it comes to a car loan or a house loan, like, I get that. But if you're looking at starting a business or starting a farm, having a plan is huge. Don't leave it up to anybody else to come up with that plan because it won't work for you. You need to have your own plan. You need to have a good idea what the cash flow is going to look like. And yeah, like I said, the more you can plan, the more you can put on paper, the better it is going to be for your loan officer.
Oh man, the first time I had to write a business plan, I was like, I have no idea what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
and it don't have to be simple. Like you don't have to have a 3-ring binder with 100 pages in it of a business plan, which is nice, but honestly, I'm probably not going to read it all. But just having a good, if I spend this or if I buy this, I'm going to increase sales by this much, and I plan to gross this much this year, and this is what it's going to cost me to produce that product.
Yes.
To have a good idea of your expenses, have a good idea what your income might be.
Right. Yeah, and
And hopefully, if you've started this business, you've got some history, you got some tax returns or some profit and loss statements that you can look
support
back
what you're
on.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great information, and like what you said, just getting a checking account early
Yeah.
and taking good care of it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was something that
Yep.
was so important. Like they're going to look and say, "Oh, what was your earliest established,
Sure.
account?" Things like that, a small car loan, things like that, just to start.
Just to get used to borrowing money and know what interest is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in those mortgages and you'll have a good understanding of why it costs so much to borrow money.
Yeah. Really, that's good information. So when people have an idea, let's jump forward here.
Okay.
So let's talk beef, because this kind of ties into what we're talking about here.
Sure.
You started your own cattle business, and I want to make sure people realize like it's like you started from scratch. I mean, you went to a
pretty
bank.
much. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm first generation, obviously, because Dad
Mhm.
is established, but we did a lot of our own with lots of help from family.
Sure.
But it started small. Me and Emily, we bought our first farm. It was 40 acres. We did it using FSA, Beginning Farmer Program. We got done with that closing. I tell a story every time I bring this up, but we closed on that farm and we got in the car and I said, "Well, do you want to go eat dinner somewhere?" And he goes, "We don't have enough money." So it started small, and I actually started my farming operation raising sheep. There may not be a lot of people that know that either, but we raised sheep for a number of years. Cattle were high when we bought our first place, so we raised sheep for 4 or 5 years. Then we started scaling it. We went to feeder cattle. That was a little risky for me. I felt starting out, so we tried to convert back over to a cow-calf operation. And from there, we grew. We outgrew our house. We outgrew our farm. And in 21, I think we bought another place, and that's helped us kind of catapult to the next level, I think.
But like how that kind of quantify how long that was, like from you started that first.
Okay,
Loan?
so I'll go before that. I tried to make a couple loans before that. Dad was going to rent me some pasture. Me and a buddy was going to get together and partner on some cows. I got told no. I couldn't get the financing for it, which I don't blame him. Of course, I was the guy that went in there without a plan. I had somewhat of a plan, but it wasn't a great plan. So that was tough. It was tough getting that first time farmer loan. It took every bit of 120 days, I think, to get that done. And eventually, I had a good lender that helped us get through that, and took a chance on us, and I'm glad he did.
Man. And then just that loan process is something. And then you finally get the sheep going.
Yeah.
Like how many years ago was that?
We started that in 2000. We bought that farm and closed on it in 2014.
Yeah, so this has been a decade in the works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
And the plans change, right? And you just roll with the punches there for a while, and you opportunities arise, and you try to take every opportunity you can.
yeah. You always have this vision of like what you really want. And you think, all right, if I get this amount, then I'll just be able to do this.
Right.
And it's never a straight line.
No, it's never. It curves and meanders so many times. And that's what makes it exciting. And a lot of times I have to step back like, hey, this is what Tyler 10 years ago was dreaming about.
That's
Like, just
powerful, yeah.
take a second and don't get caught up in all the day-to-day and what I got to get done today, and try to live in the moment, I guess.
It's so easy to be frustrated with the right now,
Sure.
and you forget there was a you that dreamed of this.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that person was dreaming of having the problems you have right now.
Oh, yeah. And I look back on the problems I thought I had then, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Well, I always say, if we all throw our problems in a bucket and we look in that bucket, we're probably going to just reach in and grab our own problems back out of
Right.
it. So,
And you'll be surprised. We're all probably dealing with the same problems
yeah.
in a roundabout way.
And I think with social media, because we see just people have success. It's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
only see success stories.
Yeah.
And where everybody's dealing with these problems.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody's got it hard. Everybody's struggling at the grocery store
Right.
and paying the bills
Sure.
and everything. So, what's been the hardest lesson you've learned so far in having your own ag business?
Being patient. And not getting too frustrated when adversity arises, because it's going to happen. Like, that's just part of it. And it just, if it's something you love, you'll keep going. You'll try to do it no matter what. But being patient and not forcing it, really, because we could have forced it. I didn't want to buy sheep when I bought sheep. We could have forced it. We could have bought cattle that were too high. This was the last high cattle cycle, which we're in another high cattle cycle right now. And then it crashed in 2015. The market fell.
Mm-hmm.
It could have ended us right out the gate. So we went with the sheep, and I was not happy about it. And we stayed with them for a while, but and they were good to us, absolutely were. And so yeah, be patient. There's reasons. And I had a good mentor, my dad. He's like, don't be ashamed,
Yeah.
Don't be so prideful, There's nothing wrong with raising sheep. They're great for small acreages, and I'm still a good big promoter of that. If you got a small acreage, I think sheep's a good way to go.
Man, that's cool. I mean, it's cool that because obviously your dad has played a big part in
Yep.
in what you do, but to have that guidance, and still it was like he allowed you to go your own route.
Absolutely.
And supported you.
Yep.
So that was awesome that you had.
Yeah, and it takes that. It absolutely does. That's what I'll tell anybody that's looking to get started. Find a good mentor. If you don't have one, find one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to need some advice along the way.
Yeah. Well, because you're going to fail.
Yep.
And then you're going to go, well, shit, what do I do?
Yeah. And it's tough. You can fail and things cannot go your way. I can tell you that most of the time they won't. But just keep trying, keep asking questions, keep learning from your mistakes, and you'll be better for it, and your operation will be better for it.
So do you have like this constant stress now with the cattle? Like,
No,
I feel like I would.
no, I don't. I mean, I feel like I have more constant stress over my to-do lists.
Mm.
And that it does involve cattle and around. Like, I want to get this hay done, which I know I'm not the only one in. We had 13, 15 inches of rain in July. That's not great for getting hay done. But I want to get hay done because my boys are starting football practice here in a couple weeks. I got to get it hauled in. I got it, I'm going to start calving here in a few weeks. Well, we've kind of already started, but it's just things are starting to snowball, and that will weigh on a
Well, you like start to look at your calendar like,
yeah,
month out, and you're like, oh man, this has all got to be done, or I won't be able to do this, and this.
Yeah, that weighs on me more than anything, no doubt.
Man, I can't imagine the daily like trying to find that balance.
Right.
I mean, I get it in a different aspect here, but if you want, more than what your current situation is, like if you're unhappy with your current job and you want more, you've got to be okay with taking on, pile on more responsibility and more things you have to.
It's stepping outside that comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're there may be an opportunity that comes to you, and you're like, I don't know if I can do that. And that's when it comes back to faith, family. You prioritize those things. You pray about it. Talk to your family, and see if you can make it happen.
Yeah, always start with God and your family.
Yeah.
What does the Cattlemen's Association mean to you? And tell me a little bit more about what they do and why it's important to Missouri town.
Yeah. So Linn County Cattlemen's, it started several years ago. We kind of rejuvenated it. There's a handful of us. Richard Lincoln, Kevin Judas, Jennifer. I'm going to miss people. There are several people that got this going again. I think we're in our 4th year. But it is important. The Linn County Cattlemen's, the more members we have, we actually get a voice down at the state level. We can, vote on, or they'll vote on certain topics that the Missouri Cattlemen's will support and take it to the state legislature.
So those are things that are directly affecting your farm. Your
yeah. So it's
livelihood.
important to be a member. The more members we have, the more votes we get down there. I'm not well versed in that. I don't deal much with the state level stuff, but Pat O'Kane and Shelby Alexander are very involved at the state level, and they do a good job of it. But locally, we try to promote beef through scholarship and education. So I meant to total up, and I forgot to do that before I came, but we gave out, I want to say $15,000 in scholarships this year.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And we try to do some educational stuff for producers throughout the year too. There's a new packing plant down at Wentzville. We're trying to put together a group of people to go down there. They have an open house. We can tour that. So we're trying to do that this fall.
So how would somebody join the association, or how can they support you guys?
Support us. So we have a Facebook page, Linn County Cattlemen's Association. That's a easy way to see what we got going on. We try to hold monthly meetings. Most of those are business meetings, but you're more than welcome to come. The more the merry, honestly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go through there.
How many fundraisers do you have?
We have one main fundraiser, and that is our annual scholarship banquet. Mm-hmm. We'll have a meal. We usually have a speaker, band. Last year we had a band, and we have an auction. So we get tremendous support from the community at that too.
Well, I was going to say, I know I should know, but when was it? It was.
It's in February. It's always the weekend of the Super Bowl. It's the Saturday before the Super Bowl night.
Really?
Yep.
But you guys had a good turnout.
Oh yeah, we've. The first year we rented the Elks Hall, we filled it with like 150 people. Like, oh my God, we don't have enough room. And they were like, well, we'll go down to Locust Creek. I'm like, the space is so big, we'll never. Then I think we had like 350 people the next year.
Now
so
you guys
that's
start
just
thinking about what you're
something
going to do now.
Right. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a bind. We're going to be over at Marceline this February. Hopefully we'll continue to get the support, but here in Brookfield, the businesses and the other businesses outside of Brookfield as well, but have been a huge support to that.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it without them. No way.
That's cool. I remember it was a good turnout, and you guys had raised a lot of money. But I didn't
Yeah.
realize, what you guys did.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome with scholarships.
right, and all that money stays local. We don't have to send anything to the state organization. We don't charge a local membership due. It's just the state. So all the state gets is the $70 a year annual fee. They get that. They take that down there. We spend our money the way we feel.
Very cool. So as far as, because you do so much in the, like, I'll just say agriculture side of things. I know, and I have, dealt with and talked with, there's a lot of young people that want to get started there, but maybe they didn't have that background.
Sure.
So what's the best way for them to get like really involved in ag and community, and leadership? I probably know where you're going to go with this, but
just come to one of our meetings. Come to a 4-H and FFA fair.
mm-hmm.
That's a great opportunity to get involved in agriculture. And go back to finding that mentor. Don't be afraid to start small, no matter what that looks like.
Yeah. And you've said it many times already, but finding a mentor, you got to.
I was lucky. I was born with a mentor, but that can be a struggle. And there's lots of people out there that want to help, and there's, they may not be able to provide you with everything, but there'll be somebody you can go to and ask questions.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure they're always concerned about thinking about that next generation.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's the American farmers not getting any younger. I think that average age is pretty high, and that is concerning. The number of small family farms, we're losing a bunch of them every year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's got to be like that's mentally tough, because you think about trying to worry about your farm and grow it and make enough money to live, and at the same time it's like you see these numbers dwindling, and it's gonna weigh on people.
Yeah, it is tough. I'll be honest, it'd be tough for us to do it without having off-farm income. Emily and I both work off the farm. It's always a dream that I'd be able to stay home and work on the farm, but it may happen someday. But I like what I'm doing now at the bank, and but that's always the end game.
Yeah.
That may be when I retire. I don't know.
Okay, so we've talked a ton about that, that side of your world, but tell me about Bar G Cattle Co.
That started when we moved. It was like right there in COVID. We decided that, hey, I think we can market some beef. So we started doing that and had a lot of fun doing it. We were selling stuff by the pound. We still sell a lot of beef. We sell more custom processing now. We don't do a lot of package sales. But that just started as a little side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a little fun. And now it's evolved. I don't know if we got a Facebook page and Emily runs it, and now the boys and hers got chickens and quail, and I think they're going to go after some sheep again today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's bring back memories.
Yeah, right. Not all great ones, but
I want people to understand how important it is to like support like those local guys doing stuff like that, because you're raising the cattle, so you're constantly like buying things through local businesses.
Sure.
Then you're having that processed at local places.
Yep.
And you're selling it, and the meat is touched far less hands than if you go to Walmart and buy that package.
Yep. Yeah, I do have a local beef business, but also support beef sold in the retail. I sell a lot more I sell a lot more cattle that get sold through retail in stores than I do off the farm.
Yeah.
So,
nothing against it.
No,
but I feel like
it's a good way if you can do it, if you can afford to buy a quarter, half. I mean, it's not a cheap
deal,
but
you're saving.
It's
money.
a lot of money up front, but you are saving money. It is a good value to buy a half of beef. You're probably going to buy a half a beef per pound, what you could buy hamburger at the store. So it is a good value, but I don't want to knock buying beef at the store because that's important too.
Sure. But I don't pay much attention when I go buy groceries.
Right.
I'm just grabbing stuff. But it caught my eye. A pound of beef is like $8.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredibly high right now. The national beef herd's like the lowest it's ever been, maybe since like the 50s or something. So that the inventory's super short.
Okay.
And that's what's drove this price up.
But if somebody buys like a quarter or half through you, I mean, what's that per pound probably drop down
I
to?
try to, per pound, like take home. Oh, last time I figured it was right around $6.
Yeah.
That's including the beef and the processing. It might be a little tick higher than that. Maybe we're pushing 7 now. I just had to raise our prices.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone has.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just trying to keep people calling. We're probably selling at a little bit of a discount right now. We're selling for $350. Dad sends a lot of cattle to Tyson, and I think there's a lot of cattle getting bought or sold for $3.80 a pound. That'd be hanging weight, carcass weight. But so yeah, we're trying to keep our local people that keep our customers. So we're a little cheaper. I know it don't seem like it, but
Yeah, and I'll just say that, and my wife's dad, he's a big cattle guy,
Yeah.
and I just think it tastes better.
yeah, there's
I don't
something
know.
about it. There's nothing better than having a freezer full of beef, right?
Right.
It's great. Especially the hamburger. Farm raised hamburger is the best. Steaks too, but we've gotten along really. We bought some steaks. We're out of beef right now, so we're eating a lot of pork. But I told Emily, like, we got to have some beef. So she went to Farmhouse there and got a couple steaks, and they were amazing.
Yeah. I just anytime we go over for family dinner, I'm like, it's going to be good. Cause
Yeah.
He's got a freezer
There's
full of
nothing
meat,
better,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. So that's another cool side of you. And we're starting to switch gears here
Okay.
and talk about some stuff that I find really fun. That's football.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I love football too.
So I'm just going to be honest. You're what I would call one of the legends of Brookfield football. You went on to play college football where?
At Central Methodist. Yep.
Okay. So, and I think a lot of the old, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the old records in the high school, they remodeled and did some things.
Sure.
And the records were on a USB drive.
Yeah.
I think it crashed or something. So
Oh, shoot.
a lot of that stuff's gone. But I know your name was up there and it was in, mentions. Xander, my son, somehow has ended up using your belt when he goes out there to school. And I swear he thinks it gives him power or something.
Sure, I hope it does.
But how important was that experience of your life, like playing football and?
Oh, at that time it was it. That's what I wanted to do, right? I had big dreams. But I had a lot of fun at Central Methodist. I was there 2 years. I was fortunate enough I was able to play varsity both those years. But again, life kind of happens. Football gets pretty serious when you're at the college level, and that
Yeah.
kind of gets everything. And so I ended up transferring, but
Yeah, I
it
mean,
was a lot of fun.
people don't realize that only 3% of high school athletes go on to play college sports.
Right.
And I don't think it's explained enough that when you go to play college sports, it's a full-time job.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely is. Now down there they were super. School came first, so which was great. That's how it should be. But you had football, you had practice every day. Parts of the year you either had weights in the morning and practice at night. You had spring and fall practices, obviously. But during all that, you had to get like 24 hours of study hall. So you had to go to the library with your student ID and clock in, and you had to be there. I think it was 20 hours a week. So like just getting those boxes checked and making sure you were there, it was a lot, and it didn't leave much more than school and football.
Yeah. Well, and then you how do you find a job? How do you have a little extra money?
Yeah.
How can you
It's tough.
do anything?
So you borrow money, student loans. The student loans I have are from when I was playing football.
Mm.
That stinks. But I don't want to take away from football but it's good. If you have an opportunity to go play college sports, go do it. You're going to meet some lifelong friends. I still talk to the guys I play with.
Yeah. Another part of that was like you were really into powerlifting
Yeah.
and you were doing competitions. I mean, do you remember like some of your biggest lifts and the moments in the gym with the guys? And
I don't know if I remember the exact weights, but it all kind of started. We was up lifting in the high school gym, and I don't know who printed it out, but there was a bench press competition that they had put on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it was me, Brad or Chad Gardner, and like Justin Wade. I'm like, let's go to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. I thought I was pretty strong, but I didn't know like the formal technique of powerlifting, where you pause up,
Yep.
pause, and then rack. So I get down there and you get three opportunities. I go down, bench it, put it back up, and rack it, and they didn't count it. I'm like, what the? Why are they not counting this? And luckily there was a nice guy there. He's like, look, you got to pause, lift, and then they'll tell you when to rack. I'm like, okay. So I did that the second time, and for some reason I got 2 red lights. So there's 3 judges. You got to get 2 white lights or to get the lift counted. Crap. And I don't remember what I did on that second one. Maybe I didn't wait for him to tell me to rack it or something. So I got frustrated, and but that was the third one I finally got. It was like 3:15 or something. I was a little disappointed by that. I knew I better pick something light to get started. But what got me into powerlifting after that, it was another way for me to be competitive and help me with the football.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep me wanting to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because you get, when it's, I don't know, March, you're so far away from football, it's like, it's hard to get in there and want to do it and be competitive. But
It's
if
like
you're
another
working,
job.
Yeah. Yeah, it was another way to push me in the gym, I guess. But
Well, listen, I have myself personally watched him bench press 405, squat over 500, deadlift over 500.
yeah.
And really that was a year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was actually.
I mean, you're a very strong human. I just want people to understand that.
If you know my dad, you wouldn't be super surprised.
So I know you have this love of football. Is it already, and because your boys are young, but is it already just as fun or maybe even more fun?
I think it's
them
more
play?
fun. Clayton gets to play tackle football this year. And we'll get to see if it's his sport or not. And it's okay if it isn't. But he's excited about it right now. He's kind of anxious, he doesn't know what to expect. And I don't either because I haven't helped coach tackle football yet. But
they have camp in like a week or something,
yeah,
right?
start next week. Yeah, Monday. So yeah. I love it when they love sports. I like watching them do whatever they love.
Yeah.
Clayton's real big into hunting, and he likes his sports too. Cody's a sports fanatic, whatever it is, baseball, basketball, wrestling, football. But it's fun to watch them do what they love, no doubt.
I just, first of all, I was not a great football player, but I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I think it shaped my life, like the life
absolutely.
lessons that I learned there, experiences that I had.
Yep.
But when I started to coach my kid and watch him do it, it was more fun than doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun so far. But we're just getting into it.
Here's the real question. Do you think that they're going to beat some of your records that you set?
I hope they do. That's what they're there for. I know Matt Forbes broke my record back when it was everybody was still keeping track of it. Of course, I was just out of high school. I was maybe still playing college football. And everybody's like, oh, how do you feel? I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what he played. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're there to be broken. They're there to help drive or fuel a competitive fire in somebody.
Yeah, and I'm not this walking book of knowledge, but I think I think your record was somewhere in that 385 to 400 range.
Yeah.
And then I think he came and was like right at that 410.
Sure.
Like it was just a little bit beyond.
So I can tell you, Rob Hoover had the record before me.
Mhm.
And I remember being a freshman, like, I'm going to try and break that. And it took till my senior year to get it done. But and that's just it. That's what it did for me. That's what kept me going to the gym.
Yeah.
Not just football, but there was something else there driving it too,
Yeah. So
helping you be better.
because they're not, those records aren't there anymore.
Right.
It's literally just, like sharing stories like this.
Sure.
That, I hope that drives the kids.
Yeah.
Because I keep telling Xander, look, I don't care what your numbers are. You're not Tyler Gordon yet. You're not Forbes yet.
He's well on his
you gotta
way,
do
though.
better. So that's fun. You love football enough that you also have spent a lot of time as a high school official, a
Yeah.
referee.
Yeah. I think I've officiated for 3 years now. It's been fun. It's been interesting. I'm
Do you-
taking a step back this year, but
Well, but do you see why there's a shortage?
oh yeah, it's not the most. Your administrators there, 9 times out of 10, super great, and they're very thankful that you're there. And for the most part, the coaches too. Not so much from the fans, as
Yeah.
could be expected. You're never going to make the perfect call for everybody, but it's eye opening. I'll be honest, I was hard on officials till I started officiating, and the guy that you may see and you see a play, that official may not be in his realm of vision. So it's
You're never going to catch them all.
no, you can't. It's impossible.
But people in the stands, they irritate me because you'll hear people yelling at officials, or they're yelling at the boys, and they'll be like, "Come on, boys, you got to block."
Yeah.
Well, listen, the boys understand that.
Yeah, they know.
But let me ask you, sitting there in the bleachers, have you ever actually tried to pick up a blitzing linebacker
Right.
or communicate when the D line's shifting or slanting,
Sure.
or they're crossing, or there's so
Right.
many things that happen out
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
People are like, "Oh, you just got to do it." Well, it's
Oh,
not that
it's-
easy.
If it was easy, yeah. No, it's not.
And it's like that being an official too. Like,
Oh yeah. So I'm a wing official most times. I like umpiring, but I'm a wing official most of the time. And the wing official has a lot to, the line judge or the head linesman. They have a lot to keep track of. So they have to spot the ball. They also watch for any penalties, and it's a deal.
well, because while that play's in motion, if you're trying to make sure you spot the ball,
Right.
yeah, you're trying to watch if there's a penalty occurring.
Yep.
But you're in your brain going 100 miles an hour. You're trying to make sure you see where the ball needs to be spotted.
Yeah.
because it's a game of inches.
Yeah, it's very important. Get that ball spotted is important. So you try to slow the game down. And it was tough at first for me. It's really tough not to just watch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to get caught up watching the ball. But you got to slow the game down, take a step back, and watch everything around that football. And then at the end of that play, getting it spotted the best you can.
Yeah. So how does someone become an official?
So Jeff Haley approached me about it, and it's pretty relatively simple. Either there's some testing that's involved, and you have to go through some mechanics courses.
Mhm.
But if you want to get involved, Misha has a site. You can take they're looking for all types of officials: basketball, football, wrestling,
Yeah.
volleyball. It's not hard to get involved if you just
Well, and I hope people understand that
have the initiative to go do it.
Yeah, well, the shortage is real because you have schools that are now scheduling games
Oh
on
yeah,
different nights or days,
sure.
just because there's only so many refs. They can
Yeah.
only ref this many games on a Friday night.
So our schedule is usually full before the end of our schedule for the next year is usually full before the end of the football season
Yeah.
because they're scheduling that fast just because they want to make sure they get official.
So if you love the
It's not a
sport-
money making deal. I will say that.
yeah, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it. So I don't know. My 2 cents is be thankful that the officials are there, because without them, you wouldn't be able to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Show them some grace. They're going to miss some calls.
Yeah. With all that said, sometimes they do make bad calls.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that could just happen.
Yeah, it's part of it.
You hope that it doesn't
You hope it doesn't
outcome,
affect the outcome of the game. Absolutely.
but it certainly can. But I'll tell you one thing. You're probably not going to get the next call if you are just telling the guy he was a worthless piece of garbage.
Right. Yeah, I've been told that. It's okay. Maybe for good reason. I don't know. But it's a heated game, right? And you get late in the year and they get super competitive. So it's not, I would say officiating's not for somebody with thin skin. Because it's nothing really, I mean, unless the official's really bad, but nothing's really meant to be personal,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. It's not like they have some vendetta.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Probably the coolest thing you are, though, is a family man.
Yeah.
So, what do you're raising the boys. What do you hope that they learn from watching how you do all of these things that you do?
I hope they realize that I set those priorities, and work isn't everything, and that you take that time to be with your family. Because you can get, especially when you're in the growing stage of whatever, if it's a business or a farm, it takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of mental capacity to do that. And I hope they just remember that family's what's important. You know, family's important too.
Yeah, above all.
Yeah.
So I've heard you mention her name a lot. So shout out to Em. She's awesome.
Yeah,
How
she
does does she keep you grounded? Does she really push you forward, or how important is it to have someone like that in your life?
Oh, it's extremely important. I couldn't do what I do without him, no doubt. She's the rock. She's the organization. She's the planner. She keeps things moving and making sure things are getting done. And that's in the house. That's on the farm. That's with everything. I missed our appointment because I didn't tell her we were going to record this last week, and I didn't tell anybody it wasn't in the calendar.
So that's the real reason.
That's the real reason. But she's the rock. She's a rock star. She actually, I had to take a beef to Green Hills this morning. Emily did the chores on the farm.
Yeah.
So it's a team effort.
Always.
For sure.
And I hope everyone can find their person like that.
Yeah.
I know that, I couldn't do anything without Courtney. And the one thing I always mention, like when I'm on a board or a group, an organization, if it's mainly men, eventually you got to look around and be like, look, we got to get a woman in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to have it.
Because they're going to organize that stuff.
Yeah.
Is legacy important to you? Like the Gordon farm, the name?
I get sentimental, I guess. It's not so important. Like if my boys want something to do with the farm when they're old enough, great. If it's something they don't love, that's fine too. I want them to pursue whatever they love. So I don't want to be so proud that I want to force it on anybody. It's something I love to do.
Yeah.
Because if you don't love farming, raising cattle, then you better not be doing it, because you gotta love it.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Just to get some fun questions here before we wrap it up. What's your favorite cut of beef?
About any of them, but number one would be ribeye. That's my favorite. It's a nice size cut.
So as someone selling beef, like what do you sell the most of, you think?
So when we were selling by the package, we'd sell our steaks first. You know, steaks king, right?
Yeah.
But the hamburger's so versatile, you can do a lot of things with it.
Yeah. What's the worst call you've ever seen from an official? This could be NFL. This could be anything. Is there one that's
I'm going to use one of my calls.
Okay.
It was controversial, and I'm still not 100% sure I got it right. So we were at a game We were in North Shelby. It was a playoff game. North Shelby was up by a bunch. Or maybe it wasn't a playoff game. It was a district game. Or it had conference implications.
Mhm.
Maybe. But there's a pass that gets thrown my side on the sideline. The defender and the receiver's both there. They both have the ball, and they go out of bounds together. Simultaneous possession. And
man.
I called it incomplete.
Yeah, I think you almost have to.
That was my defense. I mean,
the tie doesn't just go to the offense.
you
does
can't
it?
tie. I don't think so. And we talked about it, after the game with the group of officials I officiate with, and they thought I made the right call, but nobody in the stands and nobody on the sideline thought I made the right call.
From either side.
No.
But if there's not clear possession prior to going out of bounds, it's incomplete.
Yeah. So they both had arguments that they had the possession of the football. Yeah. Well, you didn't have possession till you're 3 yards out of bounds. So
That's not one you see very often.
no. And as a young official, I'm like, I got to make a call, and I got to make it confidently
Yeah, and right now.
and quick. And so I called it incomplete.
Did they like force you to huddle up afterward?
No, we did discuss it just for a second. Maybe me in the white hat, but that was a tough one.
That is a tough one. What does the Brookfield, Lynn County, the community, what does that mean to you? Does it?
It means a great deal. We came back here. We decided to raise our family here. So I try to give back as much as my time allows to the community, whether it be Cattlemen's Lions, all the other boards I'm on. But it's important. I want to see Brookfield thrive. I want to see Lynn County thrive. Because it's home, right?
Mhm.
Everybody wants to take care of their home.
Yeah. And again, I've said it earlier, but you're an example of what you hope more people keep doing in the community. Just pick your organization, pick your,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and just go help little by little.
Yep.
And then if collectively we all do that, then the whole community rises.
Absolutely. It could be something simple. It could be helping set up for a fundraising event. It could just be going to a meeting and running a few errands.
Mm-hmm.
Those organizations, a bulk of them are ran by a few people, and they need help.
Yeah.
Or they won't last.
Yeah, and that's what's always scary to me is like a lot of these things just get ignored or forgotten about until they stop.
Right.
And then if they stop, people are going to go, where's this at?
Yeah. And it's like, well, you weren't there for the 4 months, all the work it takes to put on a fundraising event.
Yeah.
And it's, you may not think you have much time to give, but if you have an hour or two a week is a lot.
For sure. Which if people like you can find an hour or two to squeeze in there,
Yeah.
I think we can all keep doing that. So say it with your chest. There's got to be something that Tyler Gordon is just behind 100%.
I would say find something you're passionate about. Get your family involved in that passion and just live it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go for it. Don't let anybody tell you can't, because there's always going to be somebody out there that says, that'll never work. That'll never make money. That'll take too much of your time. If it's something you love and something you're passionate about, if it aligns with your faith and your family, and you have the time to do it, go do it. You'll never
Yes.
regret that.
Yes, I love it. You can fail at something you hate, so you might as well do something you love.
Yeah.
So,
And you're going to fail at that too, but just keep going.
but yeah, like you said, if you're passionate about it, then it's enjoyable. You're going to keep going to it.
Yes.
Sometimes you can't like out the gate just do that, but you can like find a job to supplement your life, and
Yep.
then find those hours,
Yep.
and eventually it'll be 2 hours, and eventually you'll have 4 hours, and then
Yep.
slowly, okay, now this is my thing.
Sure.
So it
Yeah.
takes time.
Yeah, find something that you can scale. And I talk to that with a lot of people at work, and when they're starting a business. Find something you can scale. Start small. Start as a side hustle and build it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shame in that. That's actually a really smart way to do it, in my book.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so like, we don't have time for a whole story here, but, I started just selling shirts myself.
Yeah.
And I would design them and then work with somebody that would help me print them. And then eventually, we got into this and we started with one heat press, and it was,
Sure.
This is probably like, I'm still a failure daily, but this is like a 15 to 20 year process of
Sure.
just getting to here.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And don't be discouraged. It's easy to get discouraged by the amount of time it takes to where you think, or what you think, where you should be at in this certain amount of time. Don't get discouraged by that. Just keep working towards your goals.
Yeah.
Because that's the easiest thing. It was for me to get discouraged about, well, so-and-so's here. I'm not there yet. How come I'm not there? Well, 'cause you're on a different timeline.
Well, and that's why you're lucky to have people in your life like Em and your dad.
Yep.
Because when you're down, I know I'm always like, I dump it all on Courtney, and she's like, it's gonna be okay.
Yep.
Breathe.
Yep. Absolutely.
Tyler, I can't thank you enough. Just want a couple things. Verimoore, awesome bank. You do great things down
Thanks.
there. I hear from people that you've helped how you've changed their life.
Well, that means a lot.
So, and that's real, coming from just like random conversations in the community.
Sure.
Or like Tyler Gordon's a stand-up guy. Bar G Cattle Co. If you guys need beef, you got to reach out to this guy.
Hit us up. We got beef available most anytime.
And it really does taste better. Lynn County Cattlemen's. If people want to get involved in that, they want to support you.
Yeah.
They got,
Hit me up. Facebook message our group.
I love
We'll
it.
get you in.
I hope people see all the things that you do, and then they're inspired just to go do one thing
Yeah,
themselves.
I hope so. Just go pick something. Like,
Hell
hey,
yeah.
I want to help here. Go do it.
Yes. And I don't know how we'll ever be able to figure out all these old records in the high school, but it's like my mission in life
Yeah.
to get this fixed.
I just say, hey, start new.
Start new.
Those are old records. They're
Well,
fun, but
you don't want like a
Sort of.
Tyler Gordon bronze
No.
statue up there?
no, absolutely not.
There've just been some really good players that I hope generations remember.
Oh, yeah. I played with a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're all great guys.
Side note, I had the episode with Niall
Uh-huh.
with my starting line, and it's interchangeable.
Uh-huh.
You definitely would be right there. So it's that's just tough. It's fun.
It's fun. You got to put that out there.
Yeah.
You got to put that out there. And yeah, you're not going to offend me. Try to stay humble. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
thanks, Nathan.
Thanks. See you guys.
See ya.
That's going to do it for this week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Come back next week. You don't know who we're going to have on this show. If there's somebody you'd like to see, you got to message me. Let me know about them.
That stuff matters.